all projects are important at Landry French. We make sure of that. This one in particular, though, was truly special to us because of who it serves. It serves the veterans and heroes that served our country.
When we were brought in, we learned a lot during pre-construction of this building. It was going to be one of the first of the kind in the United States of this size, where it incorporated all medical uses for the veterans. And right now, in the state of Maine, we have over 100,000 veterans that can be served from this one facility.
The nice thing to know is that if you're a veteran like me, you can come here and you can get care in almost every aspect of healthcare you can imagine.
Basically, this houses everything from dental to vision to audio, prosthetics. It's got women's health, it's got radiology. So this is basically the one-stop shop for veterans in the area.
So it's just not a building, an office building. It's building a facility that's going to service so many people. Like I said, over 100,000 people can be served out of this one facility. And it made it special. We also had many veterans that were actually part of the construction team that was building it, that made it extra special for them as well.
The building itself, the way it was just laid out and designed through the design team of the Veterans Hospital itself, was actually set up in quadrants, and they actually really thought it through. When I was talking to the designers that did it, it was in the works for over 10 years before they actually started building the project itself. So I'm actually pretty impressed, and pleased, I should say, to be part of that process, being a Marine Corps vet and all.
Yeah, when the project started out, I believe it was in late 2019 we were working, and then in early 2020 the COVID-19 pandemic hit. That delayed us on the permitting front. It also sent shockwaves through the entire market, the entire construction industry. Supply chain became a term that every house in America knew, and Landry French was really phenomenal in using their experience, using their relationships to identify what are the key items that could delay this project.
The supply chain issues actually really affected us greatly. The door issues was a major. We had almost 3 months behind on our doors, so we actually had to think outside the box and finish it in a different manner just to keep ourselves on schedule so that we could produce a good project on time at the very end. But it was a challenge, because when the doors finally came in, we had less than 2 weeks to install almost 800 doors.
Like any project has challenges that come along with it. For example, just the garage itself. During pre-construction, we added 2 levels to the garage, and then after we were already in production with the precast itself, we added a full solar array canopy to the top of the garage. So midstream of production, we had to coordinate with the structural engineer to get embeds from the solar designer to change production of the precast midstream, which was a challenge.
Landry French was key in identifying these issues early so that we could then tackle them as a team. And really, when you look back at all the other projects that we had going, that throughout the country, you were looking at 6-month delays, 12-month delays, temporary roofs, all sorts of things to kind of get around this pandemic and the supply chain issues. However, on this project, Landry French was able to avoid all of those. We actually finished on time. In fact, we finished a month ahead, and that was all down to Landry French's ability to kind of manage this completely unforeseen global pandemic and then all the associated issues.
This particular project consisted of over 180,000 work hours completed with no lost time injuries or accidents. And that really speaks for the commitment of our team and the subcontractors on the site to work safe. And I don't want to use pandemic as a crutch, but it just added one more level of complexity to this project that we had to work around. The superintendents to our safety officer, everybody kept an eye on the bullseye, and they nailed it.
One thing we did, which was special for us and the workers, was to have some of the veterans come in for a cookout and give early tours of the project.
a lot of the former veterans, and we had quite a turnout actually to go and look through the building, and they could see us designing it and building it all the way down through the phases of it, right down to going into some of the sound rooms.
We wanted to have a barbecue for all the subcontractors and the veterans to come together and share what it meant for each of them. So I wanted the veterans to be able to see the hard work from the subcontractors and their commitment to quality. And I wanted the subcontractors actually to hear what this actually meant to the veterans.
It was great to bring them in and give them a firsthand look during the construction process. And the feedback was huge, and it gives you that renewed energy to push through to the end of a project when the end users are so important.
They were very excited that this was going on in their neighborhood, and they were pleased that we were building it for them. So it was a very emotional event for everybody who showed up for that.
I am incredibly proud to have been involved with this project, both from the logistics side, but then also what it means for the veterans community, how much this was needed, and how important it's going to be for their community moving forward.
I am a Marine Corps vet, and to be obligated and honored to actually build the VA hospital with a great team that I had with Landry French, it was actually a fun project, and it was very rewarding for me.
These folks would have to travel to different areas of the state to get services. So knowing that this building here consolidates that and provides the level of service that they deserve is just great.